I wanted to go live and talk about Ryback. He's got this stalker, alleged stalker. It was on his YouTube channel. This stalker is harassing him, threatening his family, his dogs. Like, it's insane. I listened to it last night. I haven't had no chance to actually make content on it, and I was debating on actually making content on it. Reason why is because I actually know Ryback. I know him pretty fucking well, too, I must say. But that's not what it's about. We're not going to talk about that particularly. But the internet is really a scary effing place. And I felt like, I don't know if I should talk about this or not, but I want to. So we will talk about that. We're going to talk about Ringside News, which is a website that's been reporting a whole bunch of stuff on it. And I never even really heard of Ringside News until the past couple of days. I've seen like retweets, but I don't check that site out. And then we're going to talk about Jim Cornette because I seen my girl Francine. She did an interview with Ryback about like Jim Cornette and the great Brian Last. And I just wanted to make some wrestling content. I feel like there is wrestling fans that watch this channel, and I want to deliver. So with that being said, let me hit a quick intro, and we'll be right back.
Boy, Young Jizzle, nigga, y'all know what it is, man. DJ Dales.
Peace, man. What's up, y'all? This is Common, right now you checking out DJ Dales. Stay in tune with him, alright?
DJ Dales, absolutely wonderful.
What it do, what it does, the kid, Mr. R.I.P. himself, low soul case, you ain't no soul, rocking with DJ Dales.
And with it, y'all, it's your boy, Neighborhood Nip. Big shout out to my homeboy, DJ Dales. No question, Neighborhood Nip.
Dales, Red, man, I'm in the building. Let's get it.
So, I seen Ryback trending on Twitter a few days ago, and I was like, what the hell did this guy say now? Ryback says a lot of stuff that's very controversial. He has said stuff in the past year or so about Vince McMahon's mom. Vince McMahon. Things that I don't know why the hell he says what he says. I think it's horrible. I think that Ryback personally, and this is not factual, this is just my opinion from interacting with Ryback, I feel like his worst enemy is himself at times. And I feel that he could be at a whole nother level if it wasn't for himself. I feel like he is his worst enemy. One thing he likes to say all the time is hurt people. And in my opinion, I think Ryback is actually really hurt. And that is just my opinion. I think that he is a hurt individual. And I feel sorry for the man. I really do feel sorry for him. But he'll always say that hurt people. He'll talk about Jim Cornette and the great Brian Last when they have their podcast, which is, I think, the most successful wrestling podcast ever. And honestly, everything that they say, yeah, they bust a little balls, they bust some chops. But you know what? Ryback does too when he does his podcast. It's just cute little jabs, you know? But at the end of the day, man, I think that Jim Cornette is one of the most fairest people when he does his podcast. He's brutally honest, and I agree with what Jim Cornette says most of the time. I do not think that Jim Cornette is unfair at all. I've met Jim Cornette many times. Jim Cornette is an amazing human being in person. He's not going to tolerate bullshit, but he's a great human being. And if people disagree with me, that's fine. You could disagree with me in the comments. He's got a great vision for wrestling. He's a lot of fun. He does a great show. Brian Last is fan-effing-tastic also. I think that Brian Last brings something to the table on that show that if Brian Last wasn't on the show, I'm not saying it would be bad, but I think that he is able to take Jim to another level. He's a great wingman. That's the best way to say it. I seen him on a recent interview with Ryback, and I honestly don't know what the fuck Ryback's talking about with that. But this guy alleged, this is from Ringside News, is a stalker. I kept hearing about it. I was seeing Ryback trending on Twitter like crazy, and I said, you know what? let me listen to this shit. So I went to his damn YouTube channel and I listened to it. And I don't even know if this is the actual guy, but I will put a link in the chat. This is from ringsidenews.com. And alleged this is the stalker that has been harassing Ryback. I listened to this 30 plus minute live stream where Ryback does his live streams and does Q&A and gives his peas and carrots about what's going on and plugs his shit for 20 hours in the beginning of his show, which I'm sure is a reason why you are not getting the views you want, is because half the time you're freaking talking about your supplements that a lot of people aren't tuning in for. Throw in the advertisements a little bit in. Start talking about something juicy right away so people can fucking actually enjoy the show instead of hearing you talk about yourself for 50 minutes. With that being said, it was a very awkward and odd thing to listen to. You have this guy here, which allegedly is this person right here, beside Ryback, and he is saying the most horrible things ever to Ryback. I mean, he is talking about his dogs, his mother, his friends, like some girls. One of them, Phoenix, who is, someone that he's friends with. I know, I'm Melissa, aka. It is so crazy the things that allegedly, if it's this guy in the photo, is saying to Ryback. But at the same time, it's very strange because at times during this, Ryback's joking with him. He's saying jokes that are kind of on the fruity side of things. It's very odd. He keeps him on for over 30 minutes. Meanwhile, this guy is literally threatening you, your mother, your dogs, I think your friends. It is super strange. And Ryback is super strange. CM Punk said many years ago, I lost 10 years of my life working with Ryback. I understand where he's coming from a personal level. Ryback is all about Ryback, in my opinion. He did say even during this whole thing on his channel where he's talking to this person, Chase, that he's very frugal. And yes, he is very freaking frugal. Yes, Ryback, you are the most frugal person I've ever met possibly in my life. That it's just what it is. Some people are very cheap. That's what frugal means in some eyes. But it was so odd that he even went there. He challenged him into a UFC style fight. Meanwhile, this guy is threatening your family and you are talking to him for 30 plus minutes. I've seen people on social media saying things like, this isn't real, it's staged. I don't know I don't know, man. I mean, for it to be like that, I don't even know. But Ringside News says that Ryback doxes his stalker after FBI claims they can't track him down. So they're having trouble tracking down this guy, right? And in no way, shape, or form am I condoning what this idiot Chase guy is doing. It says Ryback is dealing with a terrible situation with a stalker named Chase. Situation has elevated on a severe level of the big guy's live stream. And it's the most awkward, strangest thing I've ever heard in my life. I would play it, but I'm not going to play it. It's so effing odd. It seems to be, from what I heard, Ryback actually met this guy back in the days at the gym, and the guy felt like Ryback was playing him. Yeah, the FBI could track anyone. You're right, Sean. 100%. They could track anyone, bro. So right then and there, that alone just questions a lot. But yeah, I see some people on social media are saying even things like Ryback's going to jail, which I don't think that's going to happen. For what? What did he do? But it's just so odd to me. Can you imagine someone calling you, right? Now he's on a live stream, so imagine someone calling me live right now. And I'll put a link if anyone wants to join me. But can you imagine? Hit the like button too, by the way, if you're enjoying this show. Can you imagine if you are on a phone call or you are live streaming somewhere and you have some guy threatening you, your animals, mind you, your friends, your mom? This guy was talking so crazy about his mother. When I tell you what this guy was saying about Ryback's mother, I can't believe that Ryback could even still talk to this person after that. I mean, I took it like, yo, well, I guess Ryback don't really give a shit at this point. Like, he don't care about nothing. Because if someone's talking about, I think most human beings that heard someone talking like how that person was talking about their mom, they would not even give them the time of day and just hang up the phone. He was a celebrity. He hasn't wrestled in so long. He's been saying he's been going to make his comeback for at least 5 years now, if not longer. You know, it's all very odd, the whole thing. But for you to continue to speak to someone after saying the most disrespectful stuff about your own effing mother, and you could then kid around after about all types of stuff, is the weirdest shit ever, man. And it's mad sus. It's super sus. And I just am so just in awe by this whole story because he's been trending for days now. And there hasn't been much content on it on YouTube. I search YouTube and all I see is Ryback's video from the reaction to after and everything like that. Now, mind you, the guy that he was talking to sounds really out of effing control. He sounds like a troll to me. I think he's harmless, but you just never know. This is a crazy world. You can't trust people. You can't trust people. But when you're out here listening to someone for over 30 minutes disrespecting your family, and you're just joking about it at times, it seems a little suspect. It seems a little strange. So that's my reaction to it all. I just think that Ryback, honestly, I think most people are not fans of Ryback. And I think Ryback, as I said in the beginning of the show, his biggest problem is himself. His biggest enemy is himself. All right. Remember, he put the poll up. Do you want me to work here, work there, or retire? Everyone voted retire. And then he was saying it was a troll. Then he posted again, and what happened? The same fucking thing. Ryback complains all the time about his engagement on YouTube and social media. Well, you know what? It's not rocket science to realize that if you're on social media and if every single person that leaves a comment on anything that is not freaking tickling your nuts and making you feel like a great person, you block them, then you are ruining your own engagement by blocking people. You are blocking people because they are saying anything that is not what you want to hear. That is not fucking normal, first of all. It's not normal. It is not normal for you to block people left and right because they have different opinions than you. But then you go live on a damn stream on YouTube and you have this guy, Chase, who is literally disrespecting the mother who gave birth to you, and you are then lighthearted joking about all types of shit on your stream, from what I took from it. And this is opinions, this isn't factual. So you block someone because they are talking stuff that you do not agree with. But you will sit and spend over 30 minutes of your life on someone that is disrespecting your mother. It is crazy. That is the most craziest shit ever. Think about the logic in it. I'm telling you, man, I think Ryback really needs help, man. I really do. And I used to really like Ryback, not only the wrestler, but the human being, until I got to know him. I did more than that. I actually used to run his channel. I am the guy who took his channel from a few thousand subscribers and brought him to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And you can go to interviews from Chris Van Vliet to others. The history is there. But that's not what this stream is about. Bro, he had me on twice before and cut him off as soon as he started. Okay, after speaking to, they said, keep him in the call, and why not? Yeah. Look, I understand maybe why you are keeping him on so they can figure out how to track him. But if someone is talking so horrible about your own mother, and you are so quick to block every human being on Twitter that says anything that is not tickling your nuts, this is so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me, you know? Hard to say. That was the past. This is now. Like, think about it. Sean, I've known you for years. You've been watching me for a long time. And hit the like button if you're enjoying the show. Hey, show love. We got PayPal, Cash App. Follow my social media, all that good shit. Think about if you block people just because of them saying something like, you're the worst wrestler ever. Right? You're blocking them because of that. But then again, you are literally talking to someone that is threatening your fam. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Is it real? Was this all real? Was this a publicity stunt? Some think this possibly. I've talked to people. They've said, yo, this is all fake. I don't know about all that, bro. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying it is. But all I know is that it's so odd. This whole story is super odd. I listened to the whole shit, bro. When I listened to it, I felt bad for him, you know? I did. I felt bad for him. I was like, damn, man, that sucks, bro. You know? I felt bad for him, man. But at the same time, I'm hearing him joking around. Like, who jokes around? Who the F jokes around after someone's saying horrible stuff about you? And then he starts joking and talking about his financials. Do you want to see my financials? Because, you know, Ryback, that's the one thing about Ryback, from what I see, not from work, from looking at the outside. This has nothing to do with our work shit that we've ever done. Everything I'm sharing has nothing to do with personal work, business stuff. I want to make that clear. This is after all that. Just like watching him and stuff. He portrays that he's bigger than what he is, you know? That's what it is with him. Like, he still thinks he's so relevant, you know? He's teasing he's coming back to WWE or AEW or any kind of wrestling fed. But the truth of the matter is, he hasn't wrestled in so fucking long. I don't even know if the people really care about him no more. You know? And I'm not a hater. I hope they care about him. I hope he goes back. I hope he does fantastic. I want everyone to do great in this world. I want to make that clear. But I think he took way too much time off, man. I think he took way too much time off. Yeah, I mean, I've got no ill will toward him, toward Ryback. I want him to do good, but I do think that Ryback honestly is his own enemy because he'll say over and over again, Twitter, they, you know, and Snapchat and what was it, TikTok? They're messing with me, like they're not letting me to get to my viewers and this and that. You block everyone, like. I can't imagine if I blocked everyone that said something that was insulting, I would have no following. I would probably block fucking Sean, who's been watching me for over 10 years, I think. You know? Like, that's Ryback's biggest problem is he's always blocking people, but he don't block this guy. Who he said in this stream he actually met. It's the oddest effing thing I've ever heard in my life. This stream is so odd, and I really need to put it in the description because y'all need to listen to it. And yeah, Ryback is, you know, why not fucking promote that stream and his channel, you know? I'm a big part of the reason why his shit is actually anywhere, to be honest with you. But let me find this actual stream, and I'm going to put a link in and this is 9 days ago. I'm going to put the link to it. It is so weird. And he just continues to talk to someone that is literally disrespecting your fucking family, man. Your family. It's so odd, man. And I couldn't stop listening to it. But at the same time, it was like a damn car crash that you just have to turn your head. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Ryback vs. Chase. Here. It was so odd because, you know, at points Ryback seemed serious, and at other points he seemed so like just like this was all funny to him. Nothing wrong with blocking though. Heck, you have streams where viewers beg to be not anymore. I stopped blocking people, bro. The worst thing you could do to a troll is block them. Blocking them is like orgasmic to them. That's their reason for doing this. You understand? All you gotta do is ignore them, you know? Like, you just gotta ignore trolls. Trolls' oxygen is when you give them attention. So if you stop giving a troll attention, you give them nothing. There's no life. There's nothing worse than to not give a troll any attention, you know? But it was so weird to me, this whole thing. And I seen a tweet that ended up being deleted about Ryback's going to jail, and that got deleted by someone. And people started talking about Ryback. He's gonna go to jail and for the doxing. Listen, I don't know about all that. All I know is I'm old school. I don't want to see no one go to fucking jail. All right. That's all I know, right? But I did want to talk about this story because it's so weird. It's just so effing weird to me. Do you guys think that this is real? Do you guys think that this is staged, right? Because he is a wrestler, right? Wrestling is predetermined. The physicality is very real. You're not, you know, people are throwing punches or worked punches. And it's not like you're really punching people. Sometimes people get hit by accident, but when these guys are slamming people to the ground and jumping out of the ring and doing all that shit is very fucking real. I have many, many friends that are wrestlers. I met Ryback, I don't know, it's probably over a decade ago. I met Ryback. I interviewed him on this channel. And then years later, we did a lot of work together. We did great work together. A lot of accomplishments, you know? And I'm happy for him. But I do think that Ryback's biggest problem, as I said, is himself. He needs guidance. If Ryback had the proper management, Ryback could do really good in life. But I think it may be too late for Ryback at this point. I really do. I was backstage at a few big wrestling events, and I talked to a few people about what do I do. And I mentioned Ryback a few times to a few because, I did help him a lot on his channel. And he could deny it, but it's out there. You go to the Chris Van Vliet interviews. You go to other interviews. The truth is out there. The truth is out there. And I don't think he would dare deny what I did for him. And I got paid for it too. So it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I'm not saying Ryback owes me shit. He doesn't owe me shit. I'm not looking for nothing from him at all, But I do think that this is probably one of the strangest freaking things I've ever heard with wrestling. And I think down the road, as time goes on, people are going to keep hearing shit and saying, wow, Ryback is on some other shit. I think that Ryback has some issues that he needs. I think that Ryback has some issues, honestly. And I hope he gets the help one day he needs. I think that's the problem why a lot of people either love him or hate him. And I think most people do hate Ryback. They can't stand him. If you look at the internet, you see how the internet is. He's not desirable. When I was rocking with Ryback, people loved him. Right? People loved him. He was actually becoming popular again. Now the people that like Ryback are just old wrestling fans for the most part. People that ran into him here and there. But his stocks were going up. But as I said, in my opinion, it's not factual, but in my opinion, I think that Ryback's worst enemy is himself. He talks too much. He doesn't think before he speaks. And he thinks he's always right. And that's the biggest problem with him. Let me know if you guys could see him going to AEW. I don't know if people would want him in AEW. I don't know if the locker room would even want him in AEW. I remember seeing on one of the Being the Elite videos, they were cracking jokes on him behind the scenes. I don't know, man. I wish him the best, but all I know is Ringside News and him, they have a lot of drama toward each other. Ryback's going at them. They are posting stuff that Ryback doesn't like. Hopefully they could get along. Ringside News seems to be a very successful blog site. They get a lot of hits. They're worth a good amount of money from what I see. And Ryback, I don't know, brother. I hope you stay safe. I hope you protect your family. I'm sure you will. But that shit is scary. I'm glad I'm not famous. That's all I gotta say. When you're famous, you deal with all types of freaking crazy people, man. And I'm very happy I am not famous. This guy right here that was talking to him was so odd, strange, insulting, and it was the oddest shit I've heard in a very long time. So check that video out. And if you go over there and watch that video, it's linked in the description, right in the chat. DJ Dell sent me here. And hopefully Ryback's family is safe. His dogs are safe. I know how much he loves his dogs. Little guy and Sophie. But man, I think that I'm speechless. I don't even know what else to say. I feel like I'm saying the same shit over and over again. I just think this was very odd. This whole story is extremely odd. And I think that in the long run, we're just going to keep seeing and hearing more and more odd stuff. The stuff he said about Vince McMahon and his family was so distasteful, weird, deranged. Who says this type of shit? And then it's like the blind leading the blind. It's so odd to me. It's so odd. Oof. I don't know, man. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. I'm going to go live on the Sneaker Out. I just wanted to speak my mind on it because, as I said, I keep seeing him trending and I just can't believe it. Like, there's always something going on. The shit with Booker T. How do you not get along with Booker T? Is one of the nicest human beings ever. I've met him tons of times. Him and his brother. They are such great people. If you can't get along with Booker effing T, I don't even know what to say. Mark Henry, a sweetheart. I mean, don't mess with him. I know he's going to beat your ass. I'm not saying he's going to beat Ryback's ass. I'm just saying in general. But such a great person. Someone that never could get along with a lot of people that are just nice people. It's like, it's very telling in my eyes. When you can't get along with a lot of people that are very likable, it's so telling to me. It means something. Now, if you see someone that can't get along with this guy and that guy don't get along with everyone, and that, who the hell has issues with Booker T? Who has issues with Mark Henry? Let me know in the comments. I don't know many people that have these kind of issues with these people. These are good people. You know? Shit. Who got issues with me? I'm not even on that level, but I get along with everyone. Ryback, man. You gotta get your shit together, bro. You really gotta get your shit together. And I'll help you get your shit back. If you ever want to get your shit back together, you can hit me up. Let's talk business. We need a clean shot, bro. If you really want to get back to wrestling, you need someone to help you out with this shit. Because you doing shit all wrong. And you're lying to yourself if you think that you're doing good right now. You are not doing good right now. You've been saying you coming back to wrestling for the past fucking 178 years, bro. I'm coming back next year. After I do this, I'm coming back. How long have you been saying you're coming back? You have been saying you were coming back to wrestling for forever, bro. Like, I'm shocked that you still say it. Like, it's crazy. This man has been saying he is coming back to wrestling for how fucking long? Unreal. Watch my interviews. I got tons of interviews, exclusive interviews, some great ones, me and Karrion Kross, and tons of others, man. You know, we interviewed Megadeth on the channel. We do rock. We do wrestling, all types of stars. Dig into the channel. I'm Dells. We out, man. Peace and love, man.